I'm Jiro Yonezawa. I'm bamboo artist. I working with bamboo about 37 years. I like to show you how to split in bamboo techniques for beginners. This is the Madage bamboo, philostarch bamboo soils. This green one is a 1 year old fresh bamboo, and this bamboo is about 3 or 4 year old bamboo. We usually use 3 or 4 year old bamboo for make basket. When cutting bamboo poles, start cutting on the side you want it to fall. Cut less than halfway through, and then cut from the other side a little above the previous cut and cut through. In Japan, Madake bamboo is the mostly commonly used bamboo for basketry. We also use black bamboo, tiger bamboo, and hachiku bamboo. Remove the branches. Cut from the bottom about halfway through and then pull it off. After harvesting, wash the pole with water to remove any dirt and residue. If you are using fresh green pole, aodake, you can split it and use it now. If you want to use dry cured bamboo, store the pole for 1 to 3 months it in the shade. Fresh bamboo is mostly used for utilitarian basket, and cured bamboo is usually used for flower arrangement basket and art basket. We remove the oil and sugar from the bamboo for the richer color and help protect against insect damage. Cured bamboo is also a little bit stronger and lasts longer. There are two methods to remove oils. One way to boil in hot water with caustic soda, 0.05% or 0.1%. Boil pole for 8 to 10 minutes. As you pull the pole from the water, rub the pole with a cloth to remove the oil that rises to the surface. If you are using tiger bamboo or black bamboo, do not use this method. The color pattern will be fade. I am going to demonstrate the second way. Use a heat source such as gas or charcoal. Heat the pole and the oil will be raised to the surface. Remove the oil with a dry cloth. Take care not to burn the pole. There are concentration of oil at the nose, so heat the area around the nose a little longer. After the oil are removed, dry the pole for about 1 month. This step is optional. After the pole dry, we sometimes scrape the outside surface to remove any blemish or scratches. If we use dye, this process helps the dye absorb evenly. Soak the dry pole in the water until the color changes about a half day. If you are using fresh green bamboo, you do not use to wash or soak the pole. Firstly, lightly scrape the nose with a canna or planer so it is easier to scrape the pole. So now I'm going to remove the outside surface. I'm using this tool, Migakigama. which is similar to a draw knife. A small draw knife is probably easiest to use. When working with bamboo, it is important to have proper takewari bocho or bamboo knife. I use two. I use the longer one, about 27 cm for splitting, and the shorter one, about 16 cm for splitting smaller pole and making strips. It is easier to use longer knife for splitting, but a lighter one is easier to handle. So when split bamboo, split from top to bottom. Look at the nose closely. There are two bumps. The dark bump is the bottom end. The lighter smooth bump is the top end. First split into the halves. Wear the glove for safety. Set the knife against the top edge closest to you and tap the paw against the ground to insert the blade. Push the blade straight close to the other side and continue to tapping. Once a pole starts to split, use your hand to push the blade straight down. You are not cutting the pole, you are splitting the pole with the knife's thickness. This tool comes in the variety of divisions. This one has 8 sections. It's best for a short pole. For a longer pole, use one with no more than 4 sections. Stand the pole and center the tool for even section. And then hit with the mallet, like this. Use the tool for finish splitting. This method is used to split long poles into quarters. This stick has a stopper on both ends to keep the tool in place. Set the pole at an angle with a block at the end to keep it from slipping. I use a sawhorse. First cut into the halves. Set the knife blade straight against the top edge. Centering is carefully. Hit the knife with your hand or mallet and push the blade through at least one notch. Insert the steel stick and push down deep in place and remove the knife. Now cut into the quarter. Set the blade at a 90-degree angle to the first cut and push the knife through the first notch again. Adjust the steel stick if necessary. Then remove the knife. Now take the long pole and insert into the first cut and pull it down, pounding into the steel stick with each pull. Pull with one hand and use your other hand below the stick. Use your body to keep it from wiggling. When the pole gets heavy at one end, flip the top end down and keep splitting. The next step is to knock off the inner node using the knife, like this. Now the bamboo is ready to make rough strips. Let's use the short half pole that we split before. Decide the strip's width, measure and set the size on the marking of tool. Mark on the top end like this. After the bamboo is marked, you can use a pencil to make the mark easier to see. Now use a knife to nick the pencil mark. These are the starting point for the splitting. First split in half from top to bottom. Insert the knife blade in the center and then tap and pull against the ground and split. Pick up the pole and split towards yourself. Then knock out the nose. I am making a 6-piece from this, so I will split this in half first and then each half into third. When you have an odd number of pieces, keep the smaller number of pieces closest to your body. So I will cut the mark closest to me and then the remaining two-thirds. When you are first learning how to split, you can tape the blade for safety. Leave a little space at the end of the blade to use when starting the split. When you split, move like this. Bring your elbow toward you. Stopping it with your body. When you start splitting, hold the blade like this. Tilt away from your body. Use your other hand to keep the bamboo flat. Thickness is important. So I show you when you split the bamboo. When you started, need sharp blade. But once split, so this blade doesn't attach to the bamboo. The point doesn't attach to the bamboo. So thickness splitting bamboo. So see. When you split bamboo, this is supposed to be straight. Blade is supposed to be straight. Like this. Perpendicular to the bamboo. Then slide the blade down. You can also split without using a nix. Use a knife to split it in half from the top. I am using my smaller knife. Remember, you are splitting, not cutting. Now you split it in half again. With the hand that is holding the knife, tightly pinch the side of the bamboo with your index finger and thumb. Then insert the bottom of the blade edge and wiggle the blade up and down until it cuts through. You will end up with several rough cut pieces, all the same size. You use the same techniques for long strips. separate the outer layer from the inner layer. Most of the time, we only use the outer layer in bamboo craft. You can use a tape blade. To start, carefully insert the blade of the smaller knife parallel in the outer layer. Be sure to cut straight across. The one on the left is cut correctly. The one on the right is wrong. Insert the blade and split carefully with the blade a little until open enough for the thickness part below the blade to fit in. The part of the tool is a special booster for the bamboo splitting knife. Now use the part of the tool to split the outer layer from the inner layer. This is a safe way to do stripping. Use your hand to feel the thickness and to keep the thickness uniform. It takes a lot of practice to do this well and develop the feeling. When you come to the node, stop just before going through it and push it a little through the node. After you feel comfortable making a strip by hand, you can use your feet to strip longer pieces. This is called ashihagi. This is what the strips look like after the stripping process. This is a right hand knife and this is a left hand knife. These Habatori blades shouldn't be too sharp. Hammer the blade into the wood block. Right hand on the right side and left hand on the left side. The short angle edge of the blade is away from you. Put the blade about one width of the strips apart. After setting the blade, pull a strip between two knives. Keep the surface side down. Pull the strips between two knives to make the same width, trimming both sides. Using a stick to hold down the strips while pulling it through. After get to one end, flip the strips around to trim the side that you are holding. Remember to pull straight, keeping it even on both sides. This is another tool, Habatori. For the same process, you use special blades designed for this tool. When you insert the strips, put in at the slight angle and then flatten it. Then hold the strips down with the stick and pull the strip through. Flip it and do the other end. Use this planer, make a shim and place it between the planer blade and the stand. This shim controls the thickness, tightens the blade, and adjusts the angle of the blade. Insert the bamboo strips, inner side, face up, and pull. When you come to a nose, slide the strips to the outside edge of the blade and tug through and slide back to the main part of the blade. Then flip the strips and cut the other end. This is a right hand blade and this is a left hand blade. These are the same shape as the blade used for the Habatori blade, but they are thinner. Close the blade and put into a clamp. The sharpened edges are facing you. If you are right hand, place the right blade in back, and if you are left hand, place the left blade in back. This is a setup a right hand person. This stick is to hold down the strips so it doesn't twist. Put the strips between the blade and pull in one motion. Now you have strips to start weaving. This is a basic hexagon weave. These are made using the hexagonal weave. This is some of my work. I hope this video helped you with your bamboo project.